Welcome back. It's part 6. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, and I am discussing now the Declaration of Independence for Women. So, we have the problem of domestic tranquility, which is extremely important, and we don't have it. So, women in the past had a combination role of wife and mother all rolled into one. But it's actually two separate roles and two separate careers. You don't have to be a wife, and you also don't have to be a mother. But if you choose to be one or the other or both, they are not attached to each other in today's world. And this is a good thing. Because in the past, being a mother made you also be a wife, and then that attached you to your abuser oftentimes. And it's been proven that women are often in married relationships with an abuser. Now, sometimes it's just mental abuse and sometimes it's physical. And this is unacceptable because women make up half of our population, adult population, and this just should not be happening. Now, I know that men seem to think that they run the world, and maybe they do for now. But the real truth is that adults should be running the world and running the country. And it should be a representative government, not just of the men, but including women's voices too. So this is where I want to sort of go from here. It's time to declare our independence. You men, for common defense, have NSA, CIA, FBI. You have the U.S. Secret Service and the U.S. Marshals. And there's probably a whole bunch of other ones I don't know about. Then we have also the National Guard and the Coast Guard. Then we have also the Border Patrol. Then we have Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and even Space Force now, a new one. We have Homeland Security. So I know that there's more out there that I didn't mention, but I think you get the point. And now the Congress just signed to take on more military spending for the industrial complex, military-industrial complex. I mean, where's the money for family? Where's the money for paying mothers? You know, men can make money being security guards, but mothers can't make money making babies currently. And okay, yes, you can rent out your womb and be a carrier of a baby. That's true. But this is a new phenomenon. And we don't have like 5 to 10 to 20 different organizations set up to produce babies like we do for military. So you men, first off, you got a good gig going, you know. You even when before you even become adults, some of you are so abusive and aggressive that you make it seem like we need all of these other organizations to control you. And now we got so many. We are a military country. We are not at all a family country. And we support mothers absolutely not. In fact, we kick them in the head and say, go get a job if you want a baby, and you have to pay somebody else to raise it. This is absolutely insane. It's just stupid. So, we also tell men and women the same thing, even though we know women have a limited time where they can produce children. We tell them, get a career, get a career. Well, motherhood is a career, just like being, a security person, whether you're in the Army, Navy, Air Force, CIA, FBI, it's all security. And it's the same concept. So men are very good at that because that's what men do. Women do it too, but more locally, whereas men can do it in other places. It doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive. But right now, we don't even have one organization in the United States that's dedicated to supporting mothers and to train and support and give them a career of motherhood. Why? Why is that so? It's more important, actually. Because if you don't have children, you don't have anything to protect, do you? So, I think the USA needs to have a reality check. And you need to rethink this whole, concept, whatever you've got going on. And it's time to pay mothers for their important work of being mothers, of raising the next generation. And we as a country are invested in that child being raised in a good way. So we need to have classes. Mothers need support. So like a community center in town where they can meet up with other mothers or grandmothers or grandfathers and have the tools needed to raise the next generation in a happy and healthy environment. Right now, we don't do that at all. It's so sad what we've done to women and especially to mothers in our country. Not only that, right now, men can order a robot female and have her look exactly how he wants her, He can have all the fake, of course, they're fake body parts, but, they look pretty real and act pretty real sometimes. Men can do that, and of course they're prepared to have sex, these robots. But yet women are not allowed to be prostitutes, that it's illegal still in our country. Not only that, but we don't give them training, professional training, because we all know that men have to go through sex to work through issues that they have. So it's time to see prostitution as therapy, and we need to train and pay these women to do this because it's an important service to our community, our world, to our country. Not only women, but I know a lot of men, especially men who are not ready to come out of the closet, like to have male companionship. So this could also be, we train the men too. But we have our priorities so back-assward, there's no better way to say it, and it's time to grow up and stop pretending like we have this religious need to ignore these issues. when you don't talk about them and you don't do anything about them, they just fester and it gets worse. So I am calling on everyone, Congress, the president, the governors, mayors, everybody. It's time to make motherhood a career and make it a paid career. It's time to start training for that and getting things going and make a plan so that families, so that children will happen and perhaps families will happen. Motherhood is separate from wifehood. If you want a wife, then you got to pay for that, you know. If you want a prostitute, you got to pay for that. And if you want children, then things need to be paid too. Now, as far as U.S. citizens go, women are producing U.S. citizens, so they need the tools to do that. Now, it would be wonderful if there was a man around too, so if the father would stick around, that would be great. But you men have your own sort of agenda, whatever it might be. I mean, it's really disgusting right now that you can purchase a fake woman and do what you want with her, but a real woman wanting to make money from her body cannot. This is completely out of control. So you men have to deal with your own issues, and it's time that women, being a mother is a separate thing from being a wife, and they should not be mixed, because attaching a woman to somebody who's going to abuse her, you know, making her dependent, is not going to work anymore. No, we refuse to be killed and tortured by supposed loved one, and we should stay with them you know, until basically they kill us, right? No. Unacceptable. So it is time to create a women's organization where we prepare girls and young women to become mothers so that we can have a country and have citizens. Yep. I said it. Yeah. So giving more money to the military-industrial complex with this bill that Congress just passed, that's just insane. But that just tells you, you know, who's running the country. It's a bunch of men. A lot of them are homosexuals in the closet who don't like women, so they're not going to give women anything. And this is where the problem lies. They like to watch women being tortured, mothers being tortured. And it's disgusting. So I call on everyone out there with common sense. We need to change. We need a woman's league, a mother's league. And we need to start moving forward with our women folk. You men have figured yourself out. You're all paying each other to defend each other from each other, so then you leave each other alone, but yet you get these nice salaries. Yeah, I caught that. So now it's time to, you know, take care of the women folk. It's not okay what you've done. All right, so that is the end of this one. This is about women's independence. It's my duty to make these videos according to the, what is it? I've been talking too much. Declaration of Independence. So there we go. All right, until the next video, bye for now.